Sorry for not being able to post in a while. I was having some technical difficulties. Anyway, this is episode 8 of Building Your Redstone Ideas. This week's comment asked for a game in which a player tries to get from one end to another of a playing field without being blown up. However, the ground has a low blast resistance and will create a difficult arena. If you want to read more, pause the video now. The comment called for cobblestone, but after testing, I learned that it has the same blast resistance as stone. Because of this, I used a stone generator that may look familiar to my original viewers. This is because it is the stone generator that I used for my automatic spleef arena. I swapped the hopper clock for an observer clock because it didn't matter if some cobblestone slipped through with the stone, unlike in the situation of the spleef arena. And I must say, it looked really good as a random texture for the floor. Then, I built an exterior design almost entirely from unexplodable blocks. I added a little lip to protect the archers from knocking themselves off. I then made a roof completely out of dispensers with TNT and buttons on them. Underneath, I have a giant floor of waterlogged pistons to prevent them from being exploded, and feeding into it, I had my stone generators. These were connected to a lever that would enable them all at the same time. This wire went down to a giant array of observers that extends the pistons in a wave. I settled on the slower method rather than extending them all simultaneously, as it greatly reduces lag and prevents my game from crashing. The wire then snakes around to the other side to activate the other generators. Instead of manually stocking them, I have this system that automatically spreads out the TNT among the dispensers for easier use. Here it is in action. Oddly enough, when I waterlogged the pistons, they lost their synchronized wave, but each one still fired with a uniform amount of time between each pulse. Does anybody know why? I also forgot to place a couple pieces of redstone dust, causing a few sections to not activate during this recording. At the beginning, the game was easy, but as the terrain gets more rugged, things quickly escalate. It was a lot of fun to have two archers as it created a sense of teamwork and excitement. With this, you can change all sorts of rules and allow the runner to collect and place blocks for defense. It is all up to you. Thank you so much for your suggestions, as I always have a good time building them and playing them. Sorry again for not posting in a while, but I would like to thank those of you who stuck it out. Thank you so much for watching, and for the 2 subscribers from my last video, I added 2 more blocks to the disco floor. If you would like to see your build next, be sure to leave a comment and subscribe so that you don't miss the next episode.